What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point,
And I am Calamity Red.
and we are Conversation Con Artists back for another wonderful, fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. Also, we're doing the listener letter, still doing the listener letter portion of the show. So if you have a question or a Reddit post that you would like for us to read on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, or you can reach out to us on any of our social media.
You definitely can. And we have a letter from Colin.
Of course we do. And I'm sure it has a neat title.
Yes, episode 61, 12 Days of Meatmas, a.k.a. Cyber Meat 77. What is good, y'all? As you can see, Miss Red.
Before you, let me just say how impressed I am that he was able. I gave him a challenge and he went above and beyond. He has done meat titles this entire year. Kudos, sir. Kudos.
I mean, what do you expect? He is a lawyer. He has a degree in words and how to use them against people. Come on.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't think that went
how
through.
It happened.
Didn't think that went through.
Yeah, that's just what happens. What is good, y'all? As you can see, Miss Red, I have a perfectly selected title for you. Assuming you guys do one more show before the holidays, this one is perfect as folks can count down the 12 days until they try to either offer meat as a Christmas gift or offer to service someone's meat as a gift. LOL. Cuffing season budgets are probably tight this year with the pandemic and the economy in the toilet. Anyway, let's get into it. Games. Red Hades is an amazing game. It's also known as a roguelike, where you try to beat the game in a single life, and if you die, you start over and you keep some of your games. Another one like this I think that you'll both like is Dead Cells. You can get it on Xbox, PS, or Switch. I bought it for Switch so I could play at home and on the go, and I even got to meet the developers at PAX West in 2019.
I have played Dead Cells. Sorry, before we get too far in, I have played Dead Cells. And yeah, when I played Hades for the first time, it did remind me of Dead Cell. Because yeah, you have to go as far as you can without dying, and that is infuriating if you make it far. But you do get to keep like a lot of the shit that you collected, like as far it anyway than Hades. Dead Cell not so much, but yeah. But I have played Dead Cell. He's like a little zombie ass nigga that's like, I don't even know if he's trying to escape from where he is, or I don't know, but he's like a zombie.
And there's a game that I was playing. I can't remember the name of it. Shit. It was basically this mining game where you're a miner and you're trying to figure out why the cave is shaking. And you jump down the hole and go. And basically, when you die, your character is dead, and it generates another character that's coming behind you to follow up on the progress that you made. Yeah. I mean, you lose all your money and power-ups, but there's some things you do that represent progress. For example, it might take you 12 playthroughs to get to a certain point, but when you get there, you might free a character. And once you free that character is now available up into place before you jump into the hole. And so it's a bunch of characters you can free that give you power-ups that'll help you all the way through. And it's a lot of things you unlock. But basically, you just build off of the last person's progress until you win. It's really interesting. I can't remember the name of it.
Well,
I'll look it up at some point.
Dead Cells I played that on Xbox. I think it came one of the months that, like, it was one of the gold games for gold, maybe. I can't remember how I ended up with it because I don't feel like looking at it. It probably isn't a game that I would have just chosen on my own. So I feel like it had to be like a games with gold kind of situation. It may not have been. I don't even remember, but I don't know.
Well, it's a lot of games are about to come to Xbox Game Pass this month. I think Skyrim is coming.
Scrim.
If you ain't played that shit, then one, why the fuck are you so far behind? But also, it's a pretty good game. Very, very entertaining if
Oh,
you like
Dead
her
Cells.
RPGs shit.
It's on there on the list.
Yeah.
He's sharing his screen with me and going down this list. I can see the list. That's why I randomly
Yeah.
said that.
I didn't realize I was still sharing my screen with you. I'm glad I wasn't doing no shit I ain't got no business.
I know that would have been awkward.
Only as awkward as you would have allowed it to be.
I would have
I was
made it
looking
pretty
for the
awkward.
name of the game that I'm talking about, but I am completely Undermine. Undermine.
Uh,
That's the name of the game. It's really interesting. I like it. Anybody want to continue? Another game I recommend is Streets of Rage 4. Easy to get through, fun to just pick up and play. On Switch 2, you can get Diablo 3 as well as Doom Eternal if you're into dungeons, demons, monsters, etc. for real. Missing
okay,
point,
so
you
love
playing No Man's
Diablo.
Sky on Xbox? Nigga, you ain't don't want to let me to get through nothing, do
I'm
you?
sorry. I'm
Go,
just
go,
trying to
go.
address each
No, you
thing.
good. Go.
I was just gonna say Diablo 3 is one of my favorite games. I already have it on Xbox, so I would not buy it on Switch because I'm sure it's not any different. But I do like Dungeons. Doom Eternal. I have to look at that. I'm gonna shut up.
You good, Mister On Point. You playing No Man's Sky on Xbox? If so, let me know. I'll log in and give that one a try. I bought it for PlayStation when it first launched and put it down after about 5 hours, never to return. I hear it's got multiplayer now. All right, Colin. When I tell you that No Man's Sky is a whole different shit than it was before, listen. I didn't play it when it first released. I only played it like once they kind of got it together when they first released that big update. I can't remember the name of the update, but the first big update they released, I played it, I did a bunch of shit, and then I put it down. I picked it back up, and it's a completely different game from the one that I played that I enjoyed. They have added so much. It looks so much better. Yes, they have added multiplayer where you can have bases with people around you. It's different. It's a different game. I mean, and then with the Nexus update that they added, they have where you can just get with random people and go complete missions. I mean, defeating these big mechs and all these different things to get like points to something else is ridiculous, man. It's a fantastic game, and like it got the unpredictability of the universe. I mean, you can travel to a galaxy, and it's got like if you look up the number, it's a high number, like uh 200 and something million galaxies in the game that auto generate basically. So this is what that means, Red. So it's just an outer space game, right? So
Mhm.
it's a whole when you look at a screen, you can literally see probably 200 little dots on the screen of stars. Each one of those stars is a galaxy. Once you click on that galaxy, the game auto generates a galaxy. So it generates planets and you go to it and it may have 2 planets, it may have 7 planets, all of them may have a moon. It just got so many different random things, and then each planet generates certain type of fauna and flora that exist on the planet. So you got different types of animals, different types of plants. Then the planet has these different conditions. So you have like a superheated planet where it's just super hot, or a frozen planet where it's super cold. You have some planets that are abandoned, where there's nothing on the planet. It's just all of that auto generates, and it just never ends. And every galaxy has different missions that you can go under, and it's a ridiculous game.
Okay, I was gonna say, well, what do you do? But you said it has missions, so okay.
So it's several different things you can do. So the core mission of the game is 2 core missions. One main core mission is that you're trying to figure out you're something called a traveler, where you are immortal basically, and but one you discover a traveler that died somehow, and you trying to figure out how this traveler died and how to resurrect this traveler by going through and doing all of this stuff to figure out how to get to him. The other mission is to get to the center of the universe. So apparently the universe that you start in, you can just travel from planet to planet, but you got to gather resources and stuff to be able to fly from planet to planet. So it ain't like you can just keep flying. You got to stop, get new metals and different things to make gasoline so you can fly, hyperdrive fuel and all this stuff. And but the way that you travel faster is that you gotta find black holes in the galaxy. When you find black holes, it'll throw you somewhere else in the galaxy somewhere. It'll
Mm.
about tear up your whole ship when you go through a black hole that you gotta stop and repair. Like you can't just keep going through black holes. But that's what happens with that system. Then um, once you get to the center of the universe, you get to start over, but the next universe you're in is also a different universe that has different type of planet. So it's like the way that they got this game auto generating, you can never have the same experience going into different galaxies.
Oh,
It's
that's cool.
it's crazy how they make the game, but the thing that makes the game amazing is it's just beautiful. Like it just looks amazing. Just the way they got the planets looking. If you're interested in outer space, for any kid that is interested in being an astronaut or in outer space, anything, this game is like would be a joy for them. But
Yeah.
that's enough about that. That was cool. Um, next, masks. Mr. On Point is exactly right about privilege. This is why we are never going to beat this virus. Half the country don't want to take the basic precaution like wearing a mask, and there's another subset that isn't going to trust the vaccine or also isn't going to get it. News. What do y'all make of the Proud Boys protests in DC? I read on Twitter that they're vandalizing black churches. Also, can y'all talk about the story? LOL. Cyberpunk 2077 glitches leads to penises, breast poking through clothes. Polygon. Yeah. So about the Cyberpunk 2077. See, I was gonna talk about that in my news, but I'll let you know. So if you are a gamer, you know that Cyberpunk 2077 came out and it's to me a fantastic game. I know it got glitches. I know it is, not polished for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but I like it. It's a good game, I have a decent experience. The only gripe I have is that the UI is abysmal. I can't read shit, and I got a 65-inch that I'm far too close to, and I still can't read the head what the hell is on the screen. Like
Um,
it's so overwhelming. It don't help ADHD at fucking all. On your guns, like it got all these settings around the guns, and you just got to know what the symbols are and stuff. And then maybe I'm just too new to the game for that, but like that's the irritating part that I'm dealing with. But I like the game. But when you start the game and you're creating a character, you get to a point where you choose whether you have a penis or a vagina. And that threw me for a loop. I have created a lot of characters in a lot of different games, but I've never had to choose sexual organs. So I chose my um so and not only do you choose it, but it shows it. Like you could choose none and you'll have some draws on. When you choose penis, you just got a penis swinging right there. Or vagina. Clearly vagina is what it is. It's not options, but it got like penis one or penis two. Penis one, it looked like he's circumcised. Penis two looked like he's uncircumcised. Again, you can't really tell. I don't know if you can zoom in on it to see. Probably can, but I didn't do that. And you get to choose the penis size. You get to choose small or large. And I'm like, where's my penis size representation? Where's my mediums at? Goddamn! I, why can't I get a medium penis option? It's more than small and large. All right, my penis is happily medium. And in between choosing big and small, I was like, well, small ain't a representation. Big ain't a representation either. But I feel like I'd be playing on this stereotype that everybody wants some kind of big meat by choosing big when I'm happy with what I got. So I just chose small. And I don't know if it's gonna make a difference in the game.
I
My
hope
boy
it does not.
Rockman 3K3 from the Nerd Plate said that it's about representation because clearly you can have trans people on the game, and which applaud to them for that, but like it's too much. But lo and behold, one of the major glitches in the game is just people's dicks sticking out of their clothes.
And it looked so fucking funny. It just looked like it looked like if a man sent you a dick pic, like, but in real life, like if you just were on a date, it's the equivalent of a real life dick pic, is what it looked like. It's so fucking weird. They're just hanging out of the paint.
It's ridiculous. And then one with some boobs hanging out.
Yes.
So that's some of the glitches that people are talking about. But I guess this is an ideal glitch. Like my game done shut down on me about 5 times. Just shut down. Um, Froze. Kicked me back out to the dashboard. Had to start over. Not the game, but like restart the game. But either way, outside of that, I like the experience. It caters to what I like in video games. It has it has the stealth and the high bodies component of like Deus Ex, not Deus Ex Machina. Why was I gonna say that? Um, Deus Ex, just the game. Um, it's got like that stealthy high body component of that. It has the like customizable dialogue, kind of something like Fallout 3 maybe, or maybe Fallout New Vegas. It's got a dialogue that like changes as you go. Um, there was one moment in the game where I made some decisions that led to a dude shooting me in the face. And then I decided to, after I died and came back, I decided to go down a different dialogue tree. And I saw immediately how different decisions give you different outcomes, without having to have special skills. I like that. And then I just like that it has so many different gun options, man. I just wish they would clean up their menus and make crafting and all of that stuff more easily understandable. I haven't done this yet, but they have a database that explains a lot of shit in the game. And one of my buddies told me that they don't do a good job of explaining this by yourself, but go read the database. The database will give you a lot of information on how to do shit because they don't help you understand how to figure it out. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2770 cyber meets slanging and with no representation. Anyway,
the Proud Boys.
Proud Boys protest in DC. It's not surprising. It's not surprising at all. I guess what's more surprising is the silence.
Of course.
Because when Black Lives Matter was protesting, Fox News was talking about how protests weren't gonna resolve anything on. And here we are with the Proud Boys who has absolutely nothing to fucking resolve, just going around protesting just to protest, feeding off of the energy, the bullshit energy that Trump is throwing out here.
And apparently vandalizing shit.
And vandalizing shit. And ain't nobody gonna say nothing. And that's just what it is, man. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, basically saying, listen, white America ain't willing to take accountability for what they did to Black America and other brown cultures, but right now, Black America. And not only are they not willing to take accountability for what America has done to the Black community, but they also blaming the Black community for that shit. And this behavior really just caters to that rhetoric. They will allow this, like this moment in America has shown me not only how much privilege white people have, but how much privilege white people believe they have. When it comes to masks and vaccines and these freedoms that they use and that are the reasons why they don't do the shit. What is Remy doing? Is he licking his meat? Is that why you keep him back? Let that man lick his meat.
He's licking his feet. Listen, I hate the sound of people eating, and I don't like the sound, like mouth sounds in general. So this nigga licking the shit out of his feet, and I've told him to stop, and he'll stop and look at me and be like, okay. And then as soon as I sit the fuck back down, here he go again, doing this loud licking shit. I hate mouth sounds. I can't stand it. I hate to hear people eat, and this sound he making with his mouth licking on his feet is fucking annoying.
She just keep looking back, like the whole time. I'm like, damn, what is he doing? Quit, stop stopping that man. Let that man lick his damn feet. That man, he ain't bothering nobody. You letting that trauma fuck up his good time. Man, your damn trauma fuck that man up. You either it's something wrong with his feet and he need to lick it because he need to scratch it or something, or he love that shit and your trauma is fucking up his good time. Leave that damn dog alone.
I spray his feet and he hate it. He hate for me to spray his feet. But if I don't spray it, then he do this shit. I don't know. I'm tired of him.
That man lick his damn feet. Shit
is annoying. I hate this sound. Oh, he's doing it again. So we're just gonna.
But anyway, white America believe that they got a shitload of privilege, and this moment is showing me how much they believe they got. They even believe they got privilege over an airborne virus. Like, I understand them believing they got privilege over other humans, but they believe they got privilege over an airborne virus. I mean, what the heck? So I don't know, man. Maybe this is just a purge. Maybe whoever don't get the virus just gonna die from coronavirus. Maybe that's how this story pans out. I don't know. But whatever. You got anything on
that? No. I'm just there's nothing else to say. I say something about these masks every week because it infuriates me because I really, honestly, truly feel like if I attempted to walk into a store without a mask on, it would be a fucking problem. And it's like, okay, it's the most basic of shit that they're asking you to do, and like they don't want to do it, and they feel like privileged enough to where they don't have to, and it's frustrating. It pisses me off, and so it doesn't surprise me that Proud Boy and Trump, whatever. Just I'm sick of America.
Yeah, basically, Trump has given these Proud Boys and a lot of other organizations a platform to stand on, and whatever respect that I can possibly gather up for some Republicans that have morals or magically remember that morals exist once Trump is gone, is going to be dependent upon how they tear down these platforms that Trump gave these people. I mean, it's going to be real tempting for them to use these groups as a base and kind of tiptoe and tap dance on that line of I don't support these people when they say my name, but when they don't say my name, I say things that they like. And if motherfuckers tear these platforms down, then maybe I'll start growing some respect for the Republican Party, because right now at this moment that Joe Biden don't won and everybody's looking at what politics can do for black people. If Joe Biden don't do nothing for black people and make black America look different, then the Republicans gonna have an opportunity to show up and show out on what they can do for black people. I think they too racist to do that, to be honest. So I feel like we really be stuck with the Democratic Party. I just think that the option is let's make the Democratic Party what we want to see it being instead of submitting to what it is right now. Because like I said, all these niggas finna be gone soon. Chuck Schumer, Pelosi, y'all can name all of the old motherfuckers. In the next 10, 15 years, we can have a bunch of black people, a bunch of women, a bunch of LGBT, a bunch of POC, a bunch of people in those positions. But, we got to start that shit now. That's kind of how I see it. But that's my perspective. We also have a Reddit post from Colin.
We do.
Out of his favorite Reddit subreddit, Dead Bedrooms.
Him and these dead bedroom posts.
All right. Now I don't know what this word means that he's saying. More than a decade ago, my STBX. I don't know what that is.
It's STBX.
STBX is the person that you'll soon to be divorcing.
Oh. Okay.
Soon to be X. Okay, I got you.
Okay.
More than a decade ago. More than a decade ago, my soon to be ex and I went to our first marriage counselor. We were advised to schedule time for intimacy, go to the sex store and explore, laugh, talk, buy some toys. She refused to do any of that. She also admitted that she no longer had any interest in giving me oral sex or otherwise helping out. Despite the red flags, we had only been married a few and had 2 children 18 months apart who were still very young, so I stayed. I made major changes in my life, stopped smoking cannabis daily, and got on antidepressants for a while. Not a good year. We moved across the country so she could be closer to her friends and family, and our children could grow up near their cousins. Over the past decade, I've grown more and more lonely and depressed and frustrated and angry. The cycle of appeasement, approval seeking, trying to get her into a better mood so that maybe, just maybe, she would want to be intimate, something more than maybe once a month, drunk in PMS for middle of the night, wake up for sex, or the occasional weekend morning of bland, perfunctory intercourse with no foreplay. Another marriage counselor, more waste of time. Always, our answer was that if I provided more financial security, if only I made more money, she wouldn't be so stressed and then would therefore be more interested in being intimate, having sex more often, etc. In other words, she was held affection as a way to motivate me to make more money and would constantly gaslight me into thinking that our relationship is normal. Every marriage has a dead bear. Every couple ignores each other completely until the children turn 18. Eventually, I started individual therapy, which helped me realize that my bouts of depression generally stem from being stuck in a shitty relationship. Our third marriage counselor told us the best case scenario for children is happily married parents, and the second best is happily divorced parents.
Yep.
Last June, I finally told her that we needed to shift our focus from pretending to be the first best case scenario to the second. Marriage counselor number four agreed that we had very little common ground, so I left, or should I say, I'm leaving. My new house isn't available until January, so it's a little uncomfortable until then. I'm sleeping at my office most nights, except for when it's my nights with the kids. And 1 month ago today, I invited a friend over for an after work drink. That led to my offering a foot rub, which led to me asking if it was okay to also rub her legs, which led to her replying, "You can rub me anywhere." It's been a very, very wonderful month. A lot of patient reprogramming on my part, almost completely non intercourse playing, all the foreplay oral that have been so completely and miserably absent from my life the last 10 plus years, sexual activity without negative feelings, no anger, frustration, resentment, confusion. Who knew? I felt same for the first time in years. I'm not a walking ball of sexual tension. I have whole days when I'm not even horny. It's amazing to feel normal. It's amazing to be with a generous, very appreciative lover. It feels wonderful to have escaped the dead bedroom. I hope everyone reading this who feels stuck in hell can also escape. Go find someone who wants to make you come even more than you want to. I can be done. It can be done. Good luck. Damn.
10 years, goddamn, that's a long time. And like the whole, if you made more money, I wouldn't be stressed. Poor people fuck each other's brains out. Okay, that's not. That's not. No. Um. So good for him for getting out. Um. That whole stay together for the kids shit pisses me off. And I say this as somebody that grew up in a 2-parent household. Okay, wish my parents had got a divorce. Okay, 100% wish these niggas had got a divorce. Feel like we would have all been better off had that happened. So like this just staying together. Kids know, they feel that the energy in the house is off, the dynamic of the family is off. Like just having two adults who are married in a household does not make a happy household or a good household for your fucking kids. It just don't. That ain't how that works.
Not at all.
And I really wish people would stop doing that. Because it isn't as healthy as you think, or that you be led to believe, because everybody make it seem like, the only way for your kids to grow up normal and to be happy and healthy is for them to grow up in a 2-parent household. But it's like, if you fuck the wrong person and made a baby, the best that you can do is co-parent with that person. But trying to like force some shit that ain't gonna work to work, that kid is gonna see that, and what you're doing is giving them the basis for how their relationships is gonna look, and you don't want to do that. Um, so I hate that it took him 10 years. That's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Shit.
I've been in a dead bedroom situation.
Not for 10 years though.
Not for 10 years, but the
Jesus.
experience of believing that there was something I can do to make her want to do it.
Oh yeah.
Was a thing,
Yeah.
It wasn't as serious as needing to make more money, but it turns out that she just wasn't comfortable with where she was going in her spiritual journey with just having sex in general,
Oh,
so we decided
Jesus.
not to. But that was, that was a lot more comfortable for me knowing that not to expect that than there being this absent, invisible thing I can do to make her desire it more. You
Yeah.
know, so I see it. I mean, I was doing that for 10 years. You know, but like she has somebody who bought her bullshit. You know, and I'm glad he got an opportunity to get out of the situation.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
that's terrible.
it's
That's god
important to
awful.
have somebody that matches your sexual energy, or at least close enough to matching your sexual energy, man.
It's
That's
important.
really, yeah. And look, and you got to be willing to do what it takes. You know, your guy ain't always gonna want to. Well, your lady ain't always gonna want to have sex. You know what I'm saying? If she willing to give you a little handy J, little blow J, use a toy or two on you. You know what I'm saying? Use some what do they call some easy beat eggs? Look them up. You don't know what it
No,
look up Tenga eggs.
nope,
Tenga eggs.
nope,
TENJ eggs.
nope,
Look them up.
nope. Not gonna do it.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
Clearly, everybody listening know not you. Red. Everybody. You ain't gonna give your man a hand job if he want some intimacy, but you don't want to have sex.
Why wouldn't I do that?
But you wouldn't use a Tenga egg. Red, what happened to you? Hadn't done this in a while. I don't know if y'all can still hear me or not, but Red, she froze, and now I'm waiting for her to unfreeze. Obi, you don't be making no damn noise, but now you come over here whining. What happened? You froze for a long time.
Oh, really? I was still talking.
You just froze like
What
hell.
What'd you hear?
I said you give him a hand job, but you wouldn't use a Tenga egg.
Okay, and what I said was, what the people don't know is that we all went out to lunch over the weekend and had a conversation about eggs that makes me anti-egg now. So I don't give a fuck what kind of egg it is. I'm good on eggs for the moment.
Want to know what the egg? Want to know what the purpose of the eggs are?
No.
Okay, so clearly we know what the purpose of the eggs are, as we know what the purpose of every male sex toy is, right?
Yes.
It's to help a man get off. But most of them look like dumbass versions of a woman's vagina. Fleshlights, all of that. It looked like stupid vagina lips or real lips that you put on your thing. These are meant to be something similar in terms of it'll help a man get off, but it don't look stupid as hell to make a man feel dumb for having bought a pocket pussy.
Oh, I thought it was something that you put up your butt.
What? Why the fuck? Look, I have these. Why the fuck would I have that?
I didn't know you had the eggs.
Okay, look,
I was
Red, hold
thinking it
on.
was
Let's
something
have
you
this
put up your
conversation.
butt.
Look, this is one of the eggs, okay? And it's 6 eggs that come in a pack. I don't use 4 of them, and I got 2 left, and they got different designs on them. I don't know if you can see the designs on them. It
It's
looked like
like
my
white
camera too
egg.
bright.
It just looks like white egg.
Like my camera. Hold on. Let me bring my brightness down to see if that make a difference. How to
Now
bring
you're
my
still sharing
brightness
your
down?
screen.
Huh?
You're still sharing your screen.
Okay. So hold on. Let me autofocus.
Oh,
Dang,
it's
it
like
don't help. It's still bright. Still see the egg,
I can
but
see
it's
that it
bright.
say egg now.
Did that make it brighter? I think that made it brighter. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. No, it didn't
I
do
don't have
anything.
to see it. Just go.
Listen. I'm trying to explain to you. Each one of these eggs have some shapes on the outside of it that makes that that represents what pattern is on the inside of it. Now, this is a soft. They call this a soft boiled egg
Oh my god.
versus a hard boiled egg. I'm just saying, which the hard boiled ones have these designs, but they are much rougher, so that you have a different experience. Um, but I want you to tell the people what you see.
It's an egg.
Yeah, it's an egg, but you have no idea what is inside the egg.
I don't need
right?
to know what's inside the egg.
I'm finna let you know. I'm
I
finna let you
don't
know.
need to know though. It's
It's
fine.
this rubber. It's this rubber thing. You can see it. It
Oh,
stretches, and you just put it on there, and then you just go at it. It got a little lube kit that come in it.
it looks
But
like
what
a
I'm saying,
loogie when you stretch it out.
yeah, but the essence of me showing you this don't look at all like something that a man would be embarrassed to buy if they would like to use a toy to masturbate.
Oh, okay.
That's why you would rather use something like this. Like you would, like if you were going to use a toy on your partner, you much rather use something like this than a fucking fleshlight.
Yes.
You wouldn't even want to see a fucking fleshlight in your house.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
I wouldn't.
so so if you, I mean, like your partner might not want to do anything. So you got to be willing to be flexible for your partner. Dudes, you might not feel like getting in at some point. Then I hope you're ready to put your mouth wherever your mouth need to go and use toys if you got toys that gonna help her get to where she want to be at. But the essence I think is like even if the sexual energy ain't fully matched, where do you fill in the gaps? I think that's important. But but yeah, that bedrooms sound like trash. I experienced one, but it wasn't that big a deal to me. But it would be a big deal now in my life. It would be a really big deal now. But that being said, appreciate that, Colin.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, that was
Oh, okay.
it. Appreciate you for sending that letter, and that's it for that letter. Shit, you normally would kick in and say some shit at this point. We
Mm.
have one more letter from Cat. There is a picture of a ham sandwich in a bag with a bite out of it.
Okay.
Clifford and I have been married almost 41 years, and I've made his lunch every working day since day one. On occasion, I would join him on the job site and have lunch with him. He made the comment that lunch tasted better when you share it with someone you love. Soon after that, while fixing his sandwich one night, I took a bite out of it before putting it away. When he got home, long before cell phones, he commented that someone took a bite out of his sandwich. I told him that since I couldn't join him for lunch, I took a bite so he knew I was joining him. I continue to do this frequently, unless it's tuna or pimento cheese, and he still says, "Saw you join me for lunch today, and it sure was good." All right,
I
I want to.
mean,
No, no, no. This is not acceptable. This ain't no kind of acceptable. Do not, number one, do not be the first to penetrate my damn sandwich. Okay? The first bite of the sandwich is the best bite. Ain't no way you about to take the best bite away from me and hide it under the rules of spending lunch with me. That shit don't make sense. You ain't with me. Nigga, put your favorite bag of chips in the bag or some shit. Don't take a bite out of my sandwich. You just extracted some of my experience. You didn't add to it. Now, I feel like this is something that a controlling woman in a relationship would do, and the man just gonna accept it anyway because he trying to avoid problems. That's what he trying to do. This is not acceptable.
um,
Don't take away from lunch. That man, 41 years. That man need every bite in that sandwich to keep his day going the way he needed to be. You taking a bite out of the sandwich? I ask for tuna and pimento sandwiches every day. Them you don't bite those? Okay, well, them the only sandwiches I'm gonna be requesting from here on out. If you think you could just take a bite of my sandwich and know nothing happened about it, he didn't request that.
No, he didn't.
And like, how do we know she genuinely wants him to feel that versus she just want a bite of that sandwich when she making it?
She made the sandwich. She can make her one if she wanted one. I don't think that she wants the sandwich. She's the holder of the ingredients. She could make a sandwich if she wanted to make
She
a
don't
sandwich.
really want a sandwich. She want to do what all women be doing,
First
which
of
is
all,
have some of they make shit. That's what they
listen,
want.
because you don't want, listen, I don't understand why this is such a difficult concept for men to understand. Sometimes I don't want a whole fucking thing. I just want some of it. And it doesn't make sense to order a whole thing. So if you order fries and I only want a couple of fries, it makes more sense for me just to get a couple of your fries than for me to say order a whole thing of fries when I only want like 2 fries. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't
It
make
makes sense for some reason to you, but it don't make sense to me. I'd rather you get a whole fry and throw half that shit away than take some of my shit. I'd just rather you do that. That makes more sense to me because the only person that lose is the homeless people that can eat your half a box of fries that you finna throw away.
It's unnecessarily wasteful when you could just give me a couple of your fries. Like it's not like I'm eating half of your fries. It's a
It do
couple.
happen like that sometimes. That
No,
sometimes
it
it do be
does.
half.
It does happen sometimes. But
Sometimes you just don't have the foresight to know that you want it more than you thought you wanted. And so when you start eating my shit and it reminds you that you want it more, now I'm the dickhead if you can't have no more of my shit. That I had the foresight to know that I want it.
but even if it isn't so, I mean, obviously we're not dating, but I like to aggravate Cole Jackson sometimes when we go out. And I literally will ask him for like 2 of his fries. He gets so livid because he's like, I ordered all of these fries because I wanted all of these fries. It's like it's 2 fries though, my dude. Like you really finna like act up over 2 fries? It's the principle. Y'all just don't want people in your food, which I don't
This,
understand. You ask me for 2 of my fries, I'm not gonna have a freak out about it. I'm just gonna be like, here, get 2 fries.
you will have a freak out if you ask me directly if I want some shit. And then I say no to your face with my eyes wide open in your face. And then you go get what you want and then come back and I be like, what you get? You gonna be like, why you asking that? You gonna do the same shit. We just don't do that. We don't do that. But if it happened to you, that shit, when your kids be doing that one day, you're gonna be like, you little greedy motherfucker. No, you can't have none of my shit. You just ate a sandwich. You gonna say that shit to your kids when they want some of your stuff. But we supposed to just lie down and accept that y'all deserve
It's just dramatic, if you ask
a
me.
portion of our food just on GP. And we just supposed to accept it. And we get the backlash when we be like, no. It's a lose-lose situation. Like, you just gotta give them the food. That's why I always order too much food for me, so it worked for me. I always order too much food for myself. And it ain't even because somebody might want some. It's because I don't, when it's fast food, I don't trust fast food to get the only thing I order right. So I order one main thing I want and then some side dollar shits that will be backup. And sometimes the side dollar shits be so delicious, I don't get to my main shit. But sometimes the main shit be delicious. Sometimes all of the shit be horrible. You know, so that's just how it is. So I ain't gonna have that problem that much. But my girlfriend done crept up on me sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you what she did. We went to Cheesecake Factory and we got 2 slices of cheesecake.
Okay.
And I left and went somewhere and I came back and my cheesecake was there and most of her cheesecake was gone. And so we just sitting on the couch chilling. I got my cheesecake out and she was like, let me taste your cheesecake. And she took the container from me and she took a bite. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she started feeding me cheesecake. But she was feeding me cheesecake 1 bite per her 2 bites. It was a smooth ass motherfucking operation. I ain't even gonna lie. Took me by surprise. But she was feeding me 1 bite and getting her 2 bites. I looked back and was like, what the hell happened to the cheesecake? They're like, damn, the cheesecake is. Did I eat all of those bites? No, she wasn't giving me bites big enough. Was a smooth operation.
Oh
I
Jesus.
feel like it must just be built into y'all to desire our food. And it's like, you ever heard them say that strangers candy tastes the best?
Yeah.
Our food must taste good than a motherfucker. Because when y'all ask for that shit, it just hurts so bad, man. It hurt. I don't even be mad. I just be hurt. I be like, damn. I hope she at least enjoy it. But this is my shit.
Oh, I don't know. I wish I could explain it. I don't know. I don't. And maybe it's because I'm on the other side of it. I just feel like y'all be being dramatic about it. Like, I don't understand. Like,
But
it just seems
y'all
dramatic.
be as dramatic about it as when we say no. So who really the
Because
problem?
it's like, why not?
But if it's nothing worth being dramatic about, then you wouldn't be dramatic about it when you didn't get it. How you gonna be upset about the person dramatic about it that's on the losing end of the deal because you want to gain? And how come if we dramatic about it because you want what we got, but if you're dramatic about us saying no, that's okay, that's acceptable. That all that double standard shit is poppycock. I don't subscribe to it. That's why, men, find your workaround. Buy extra shit. All right, that's the solution. Buy extra shit. Don't just buy enough. Buy enough for the both of you. That's how you resolve it. Go on ahead and figure out what default item you gonna buy your lady when you go somewhere. Get her a damn fry. Get her a damn shake. Get her a damn McChicken sandwich. Get her something. Or get you something. Get you an extra fry. Get you an extra McChicken. Put it at the bottom of the bag. Make her think that you happily giving her some fries, but you goddamn turn and look at the camera and pull that other bag out and be like, nigga, do that shit. It's a solution to this problem, okay?
It's not a problem per se, but okay.
It's a problem when we say no.
It
I
is.
asked you if you wanted some. It's a problem then. Oh, now you being condescending, huh? What? No, that's literally what happened. I literally asked you. Oh, but because you asked me and I ain't want some now, I shouldn't have none of yours. But no, you should have said yes. Maybe I would like something. I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. Pick something for me. Surprise me. But y'all sit there and say no to our face.
I
She want a bite of that man damn sandwich.
She don't want his sandwich. She can make her a sandwich. She look women, and and I'm like one of the least like I do the food thing, but like a lot of like mushy shit, I ain't really with it. Women be thinking the weirdest shit be sweet. Like she probably thought, oh, he doesn't want to have lunch by himself. Let me figure out a way for me to be there with him in spirit. And she thought it was just the greatest thing ever.
Man,
And he encouraged it. He encouraged it by if she didn't do it, he would ask her what happened. Or so I mean, he didn't mind it apparently. It's fucking weird. I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna bite out of your fucking sandwich. Like, bro, I'm not there. I'm sorry. You at work. Go to work and eat lunch like a normal fucking person. The fuck? I'm gonna bite out of your sandwich. What is it even? No, I'm not gonna do that. It's crazy.
man.
But she probably thought she was being super sweet. Because in
Maybe.
her mind, you know.
That man was in the damn cafeteria like, yo, this bitch took a bite out of my damn sandwich, man. Let me text her and say, oh, you ate with me today. Yay. Can't believe this mother. Anybody got something I can have? Because this shit, I done lost my appetite off this damn bite off of this damn sandwich. Who got some tuna?
Oh, Jesus.
Assuming that, man. I don't want like that. My mom won't have to worry about that because she won't have to make my lunch. If I had a
Oh,
job
yeah.
where I
You
take
go
lunch, she ain't got to make my lunch.
yeah.
Unless she want me to eat some healthy shit. Then she got to make it. I just don't have the tenacity to desire to make healthy shit for myself. I'll just look in it and be just disappointed, and then I'll go buy a bag of chips and some little Debbie's at the gas station before I get to where I'm going. Even though little Debbie's don't even taste good no more. Price went up, taste went down. Shit don't make sense. Don't do this, women.
Yeah.
Unless you know for a fact that it's gonna work with your partner.
I mean, it worked for her. He did. It's just weird. I would never again.
He done let her believe the shit work because it's just not worth it. It isn't just like it ain't worth me saying no, you can't have none of my fries, or no, you can't have none of my cheesecake. And the reality is, in a lot of instances, I do want to share my food. I'm a sharer. I like to host. I like people to try things that I make and things that I chose and be like, damn, this is good, which is what happened. So I like that. It was valuable for me for that moment. You know what I'm saying? But not all the time.
Thank you, Kat, for that. Turned into a tirade on women, but it's fine.
Come up with new rules, man. After 50% of the food gone, that shit dead too. After 50% of the food gone, if you ain't asked for no food by the time half of it gone, you just bullshitting at that point. Like, why you ain't want none when the food was at its best? I mean, I just slopped over half of the sandwich, the fries cold, and you want some now? No,
I always get it like when it comes to the table because I want hot fries. Why would I want cold fries? I'm gonna wait. If I'm gonna ask for something, it's gonna be when it come out, when it's still fresh and good before you play over it.
Leave my shit alone. Leave me alone.
That is going to be it for the letters. If you have a question or a Reddit post you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Conversation Con Artist, and send it to us that way.
All right. So this is going to be a very untraditional show.
It is.
Because what we are doing is we just gonna have a conversation because as you all know, I'm moving to Hawaii.
He is in like a few days.
In what 5 days I'm moving to Hawaii to be with my girlfriend. And I've had to say a lot of goodbyes. Even though I'm still gonna fucking exist, you know. This is just one of them moves where it feels like I'm disconnecting from a lot of people that
across the country and in the water.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm this is a big change. So I just wanted to have a conversation with Red about just our relationship and how we came to know each other. I know we talk about it on the show at some point, but I don't even know how long ago it's been since we had a conversation like this about just what we had going on.
It was what? Did I meet you when I first moved into Village Green? I don't know how long I had been there. Like and what's crazy is we went to AUM. I don't remember you at AUM.
I sent you a message on Black Planet one time.
I don't remember that.
I know you don't remember. I sent you a message on Black Planet. And that was before I knew that when women get messages, it's hundreds of messages and shit. That was before I knew that. So I assumed that you saw my message, was like, I know that dude, fuck him, and then deleted and kept scrolling. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. That I thought back. I didn't know DM mechanics back then.
Yeah.
And so I always had to deal with you at the housing department.
Oh yeah, and everybody thought I was mean at the housing department.
Mean.
I wasn't mean.
Everybody thought I was mean. You give off a mean persona on purpose. Like that's easy for you. Look at me save you a lot of shit in your head. And then you be acting like you don't do that on purpose when people point out that you mean.
I don't. At this point, I think it's
not mean. You're not mean, but you allow people to believe that you mean because it's helpful to you. But when people point it out, then you be all kind of offended.
It's
because
so
it
fucking
ain't the reality. You just not willing to accept the persona that you put off because the reality ain't the persona.
yeah. I mean, it keeps people from fucking bothering me for the most part. So I don't mind it until somebody says something. Then I'm just kind of like, well, I'm not mean.
You
I
ain't
just
mean, but you be stuck in the crossroads of being nice in front of other people or living up to the persona that you allowing that people to believe exists. That's that like them the only options, Jen. That's the only options in that scenario.
yeah. Um. So yeah, we didn't like officially like I guess meet until we both were living in the same apartment complex, and we ran into each other in like the little wash. What is it called? Little wash
Wash laundromat,
laundromat.
apartment
Whatever.
complex laundromat area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. And I don't even know from there because we just started hanging out and playing video games and
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, I know we had a long conversation the first time we met, in which you were really nice. I don't know why. Apparently, I look intimidating if you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And you came up to me. Like, ain't you from AUM? Yeah, I'm from AUM. What's up? And then we just started hanging out.
It's been a good day. Must have been one of my good days.
Must have been. I don't know
Oh,
what's going on. Must have been.
but
I
that
don't
was
even know
like
how because we did not like. I don't think we exchanged numbers.
I don't think we did. I really don't know. I
So
don't
I don't
remember.
even know the gap between that day we met to how we connected in any other way.
I have no idea. But this isn't the first time that we haven't lived in the same place though, because so we met then we were hanging out and then did you go to North Carolina first
Yeah,
or
I
did you
moved to
go to
North
UAB?
Carolina.
You went
I
to
moved to
North
North
Carolina.
Carolina. Yeah.
So yeah, you moved to North Carolina. I was in Montgomery still because I stayed there for an ungodly amount of time. Um, and in the time that I was still in Montgomery, you moved to North Carolina and then to Birmingham. I was still in fucking.
Mm-hmm. What's some shit that happened while we were both in Birmingham that you can remember? I,
Um.
I remember one thing I remember is you getting that kidney stones or gallstones or
Oh
whatever.
Jesus. Oh yeah, you did. Did you come?
I
No.
didn't come. I came to your house and you
Yeah.
told me the story about
No.
what happened.
You did. I call you when I was working at Toys R Us and I passed out.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Still don't know why I passed out. That shit was so fucking random. Um, just really random. I don't know. Like all of us, like when William moved in with me, all of us hanging out. I remember coming when you moved. Did you move? Because I was coming over to play rock band, and it was like Robert and a bunch of other people, random,
Hmm.
and we would play rock band together, which again was very fucking random.
That was all at Village Green, right?
Was it at Village Green? I feel like you were you live? Did you live somewhere else in Montgomery?
Yeah, I lived out there with Yogi,
I feel
and
like
I lived in I lived off of Vaughn Road in those apartments, but I don't think you ever came over there.
I feel like it was so. I feel like I had to drive to wherever it was. I wouldn't have to drive in Village Green. I don't think it was in Village
Must have
Green.
been down Troy Highway. That's because that's where me and Yogi lived, where it had a decent spot.
Yeah.
That's the place that I had you drive to that time, and I had fell asleep on my phone, and you drove out there and couldn't get in the gate. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
I called her to come over to my house one time. Her and my homeboy Terrence. And I had not been diagnosed with narcolepsy, but I clearly still had narcolepsy at this point. So I called them and fell asleep on top of my phone. And so my phone ringing couldn't be heard because I was on top of it. And so I woke up with a whole bunch of missed calls from my gate. And I
Yeah.
had to call both of them and apologize for having them drive about 15 minutes out the way I live and not answer the gate at all. I had cooked food and
Yeah,
everything.
it was supposed to be a whole thing.
Yeah, like I was waiting for them to get there so we can eat and everything, and I fucked that up. I felt so bad about that junk. I can't. I went but to both of their house after that and gave them gas money.
You did, even though it was not necessary.
I felt bad. Shit.
I think that we've been closer in Birmingham
We have
as
been.
far as like our friendship. I think it's been a lot more here than it was in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, and I don't know if that I don't know what the determining factor for that is. I don't know if it's because we're older. We were both in the same profession, so I mean, you in a
Well,
lot of
I mean,
ways are like
go ahead.
the male version of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
When
know.
were we mostly doing? When were we mostly like commenting on each other's poetry? That was how we were here.
No, that was Village Grid. That was in Montgomery.
Cause we went. Oh, we went to do that poetry reading in
We
Montgomery.
did because and I wasn't gonna read, and you convinced me
I did.
because I have stage. I don't know if it's stage fright. Yeah, I don't like getting up in front of people and being the center of attention. That I don't like that.
But this place was not fancy at all, so it
It
was
wasn't.
easy to get up there and be like, let's just do this shit in this back alley ass goddamn club.
Yeah.
It'll be fine, and it was.
Yeah.
So we
Um.
did that, and then I guess most of that was like most of our interaction from there was um when I was in North Carolina. Then I moved back to Birmingham,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when me and Yogi lived in Legends. And but the thing when you moved up to Birmingham, like you called me to help you move.
Yeah. And I mean, it was like we have been hanging out the whole like it was just like we picked right back up where it was. Um, you got to meet my killer cousin. I didn't tell you that he was a killer because I didn't want you to not
Sure didn't.
help me.
Sure didn't. She
Well,
let me
killer,
be
okay,
helping. She
he's not.
helped let me be helping her murderous cousin move,
He
and I
didn't
ain't even know
murder.
he was murderous.
He didn't murder anyone. He attempted to murder. He wasn't
What?
successful.
The intent was to murder though. That's worse.
Was
Cause now he ain't a good murderer.
well, yeah, he's not.
If his intention was to kill her, he
It
did
was.
it.
Yeah, he
And
left on the
he
side of the road. Like he was.
no, I don't need that kind of energy. But I
But
didn't have a
you
choice.
didn't know.
No
He was
consent.
very nice. He was very nice. No problem.
Well, what I mean, if I had done something that day that would have made him mad, you can't guarantee me that I wasn't gonna be in this nigga crosshairs,
Um, yeah, I can.
ready to OJ my ass.
But I know, but you don't, people, how often in your entire life have you met people that you haven't gotten along with or people who haven't liked you? Like the odds of that shit happening are so minuscule that it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen.
I'm just saying, consent.
You didn't need to know. That was on a need to know basis, and you didn't need to know. That didn't have anything to do with us all moving stuff together.
Y'all, let me tell you what happened. When I got here, when I when she moved to Birmingham, I was in a relationship with my last girlfriend,
Oh yeah, you were.
and I told Red that we had broke up and that I was gonna stay there for a while, um and then I was looking for my own spot. And I don't know if maybe she didn't buy it, but as soon as I told her I found my own spot, she said, "Do you want to start a podcast?" Like it was like you wanted to at some point, but didn't want to step over the boundaries of my relationship or something.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
gonna
know
be
if you remember
weird.
that.
It was gonna be weird. Like
I don't know if
I
you remember.
know that y'all. Well, but I know you well enough to know that if y'all were done and you were just staying there, that was the truth. But I didn't know how her side of things, so I didn't want it to be awkward in any kind of way. So it was just easier to wait until you were in your own space and that wasn't a thing.
But the way she did it, it was clear. that she was like waiting to ask about it. I was like, damn. It was not hard to be like, damn, she was waiting. She was.
But I knew that. So I don't know. I probably talked about this on the podcast. I have a YouTube that I've been on and off with for years, and because it's something that I do on my own, and I don't have anybody to hold me accountable, I fall off that shit real easily. Like, my little brother actually said something to me like a couple of weeks ago. He was like, so I guess you just then gave that up now. Because I was doing videos. Actually, I was doing kind of what we do on the podcast. I had started picking Reddit posts and, recording my reactions and my, advice, both my personal advice and like as a therapist. I had started doing that, and he liked it. He thought it was really good, and he was like, I don't even know why you stopped doing that. But it's because I don't know. Like I'll get in a mood where I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. But with the podcast, because I have somebody else
It's like an
to hold me
accountability partner
accountable.
type shit.
Yeah. Then it's a lot harder to just be like, I'm gonna do this shit. So that was part of the reason why. And I mean, I knew I knew we had interesting conversations just because of how both of our brains work. But I didn't know for sure that anybody was gonna give a fuck or really want to listen to it. But I just thought it would be something cool to try out. And it worked out. I mean, from that, we've met people from overseas. We've had conversations that I would never have been able to have or ever would have had with as far as swinging and all of that shit. Like, that would never have come to be. I've never had talked to Leon. Like, all that shit wouldn't have happened outside of the podcast.
And without the podcast, we probably never would have connected with Shogun and Cole Jackson and Rockman 3K3, Leroy Ketchum. We never would have hooked up with them. Like I said, we met all them through Shogun coming to hook up my cable and internet.
Yeah.
And he just a personable ass motherfucker.
He is.
And we would just like shit. He got my phone number after the end of the shit. So I'm like, these women ain't got a goddamn chance. You know what I'm saying? Like when he go and put cable in, I'm like, I always be telling him, you just got the juice, you got that aura. You know what I'm saying? Like he had my fucking. I
don't understand. I don't get it.
He had my Facebook after goddamn putting my cable in. So I was like, goddamn. Put some perspective into the shit.
He doesn't get it, but he is very personable. But yeah, like it all worked out. I feel like the way that it was supposed to, because that was just so coincidental, and then we all started hanging out, and everybody got along. Even though I think we all have very different personalities, but it all works. And I mean that probably is because we all have podcasts where we have kind of. Except for us. I feel like everybody else's podcast, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. And I don't know that me and you are on opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, I feel like Leroy and Rockman are on opposite ends. I feel like Cole and Shogun are opposite ends. But I don't know that I would say that about us. Like, we agree a lot on
shit. We see eye to eye on shit, you know.
Yeah.
And a part of it is we choose shit that makes sense to us.
Yeah.
And we got the same kind of mind. It's just a few things that we don't see eye to eye on, goddamn. Yeah. It's been a few things where we debate for 30 minutes about whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. But again, one of the things that I value about our friendship is the ability to do that. Like, we don't ever get upset if we disagree. It's just like, it's how I feel. That's how you feel. I still feel this way. You still feel your way. Like, it's fine. I don't even think we've ever had an argument.
No. I mean, a big part of it is that, like, I feel like I know how to handle you. And like, and I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck.
It's only so frustrated you could be to where you won't hear from me for some days until you Come to your senses. Like, and you're not the only one. People know, family know that. Like a lot of people know that about me. It's
Yeah,
like we won't hear from Eddie for a year if if we don't stop being mad at him.
yeah, you
And
don't.
he will be fucking perfectly fine. And if we call him and need him, he'll do whatever the fuck we need him to do.
Which is the complete opposite of me because I hold grudges.
You know, like y'all, I wish y'all could just hear how I have to manage Red sometimes, man. Like it'll be it. So one classic example is Red, especially with her last job, clearly hate recording on Mondays.
Oh yes.
Period. So we'll get on Mondays and she'll have a little mean face on. And I'll have to be like, Red, you know that I know that you don't like recording on Mondays, which means you know that it wasn't my intention to record on Monday. So if we have to record on Monday, you know I didn't have no other option. So I see that you're visibly frustrated, but I didn't mean for it to be this way. So stop being irrational and upset. Just like I know you're upset, and I think that's what you're doing. Like probably in relationships too. It's like you just want them to know you upset, and
Acknowledge.
once you acknowledge the shit, she's fine. Once you acknowledge it,
You know what? You made a statement on the show before, and I think that you were joking, but now I'm dead ass like gonna do this. Whoever I end up dating long term, they need to have a conversation with you so that they can understand me better because that is so fucking true. I just want you to acknowledge the shit. Like I dated somebody that I can't stand if we having an issue. I cannot stand for you to pretend like that shit. Like just come talking to me regular. Like bitch, don't talk to me regular. Like we have an issue. Don't you gonna acknowledge this anger. You're gonna acknowledge my feelings. You're gonna acknowledge the fact that I'm upset. All it takes for you to do is to acknowledge it. It literally only takes that. And I'm fine. But I need you to acknowledge it and know that it's an issue. And I'm good. But like, and that's so in my mind, that's very simple. But it is not simple for niggas to do. And they, believe that it comes with all this other stuff. It really doesn't. When I say I just need you to acknowledge it, that shit is true. Fucking acknowledge it, we can move on. We're good.
there is nobody more invested in you having a successful relationship than me. Please have them niggas call me. Like, you know how spies have a handler in movies and shit? I'll be them niggas handler, man. Just have them reach out to me. I'll give them a new mission. Yes, sir. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is acknowledge her feelings and your role in the feelings that you have invalidated somehow, or your actions that have made her feel a particular type of way. This message will self-destruct in 20 seconds. If you don't do that shit, she gonna break up with your ass. Bye.
Yes. So we gotta set that up. Whoever it is gonna have to be secure enough to be able to be like, listen, I need you to just talk to On Point. Like just for the sake of this relationship, I fucking need you. Just right now, go call him because you there. You are
Bro,
there.
what did you do?
Go fucking call him.
Oh, this is simple. This is simple. Do this, do this, do this. Wait 2 days, and then you be fine. After you acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, relationship style, you still be having to give a motherfucker time to process the rest of what they thought they was finna be mad at you.
Yes. Oh yeah, because especially if it's unexpected, and that's exactly how somebody could easily get me is if I'm not even expecting that shit. And now I'm frustrated myself because I'm like, I was prepared to be mad for like 3-4 days. The fuck am I supposed to do with this now?
Exactly. Like it's a TikTok meme. It's a TikTok meme where this woman is just she screams something and the dude said, "You right," and she be like, she keep going. He said, "Babe, I just said you are right," and then she be like, "What the fuck we supposed to argue about now?" So it's like that energy that you had. Like women build up this like reserve of energy that they gonna into not fucking with you for a few days. If you resolve the shit too fast, you still gotta let them get rid of that energy, man. You can fuck up other little simple shit just by trying to engage with that little energy going on that they got. Let that shit drain out, man. Let that shit drain out. That's all you gotta do. That's especially But
My so as far as since living here, meeting your grandma is so
oh,
sweet.
damn, she is sweet.
She is so sweet.
She like a Sour Patch Kid as far as the family go. Anybody outside the family, you gonna get some good ass food. She gonna
Yes.
smile. Everything gonna be all gravy. But let you not been with me. Ooh, Eddie, you done got fat. You know, Granny love you. Have some cake. That's that Sour Patch Kid bullshit. I be like, Granny, you know I'm fat because of you, right? All them cakes, you letting us lick the spoon and shit when we were kids. You should have told us no.
But she's so sweet. Oh, she's such a sweet lady.
Bro, if y'all was
Uh,
on my Facebook, my granny be out there. Granny love you, but not your beard. Like, Granny, you just came on the page to hate. That's it. She be on that Sour Patch Kid shit.
oh my god. My mom loved you. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god.
Yo,
She
I don't know why.
she
I don't know
you
why.
will she knows that you're
I'm lovable.
moving and she's sad as fuck. She's sad like you her friend. She's like, when is he leaving? Like, are you serious? Why you care? Like
I
what?
think I feel like your mama finds comfort in the fact that every time you have an issue that somebody can take care of here, I'm the one that's helping with it.
Yeah,
And I think
true.
that your mama being somebody that's so protective, feeling like she don't have to carry all of that shit,
Yeah. That part
I
was
think that's been really helpful for her.
yeah,
That's the energy I get from your mama. It's like
yeah,
the energy I get from her is you do care about my baby. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you'll help her when she need help. And
yeah.
I fuck with you.
But William is the same thing with my little brother. William, which is the little brother, the brother that I'm the closest to, the one that we always talking about us going back and forth. William loves you. William, get out, got William. When I lived in Montgomery, William was constantly like, "You just need to date Eddie. Like, just that's what you need to do. Like, one, because he wanted to be able to eat food all the fucking time. And so he felt like if we dated, he would somehow have access to these bountiful meals all the goddamn time.
Hmm.
Like that's in his mind. That's what he thought um was gonna happen. But Williams is the same way. Like he don't even live here. He said he should leave. I'm like, dude, you don't live here no more. You live in Indiana. It's the same fucking thing, basically. You don't ever see this nigga. Why do you care? What is your problem? Like, relax, relax.
Listen, man, I'm just likable. When I was in North Carolina, I was working at Red Lobster, and I might have told this story on the show, whatever. When I went up there, my brother was like, "Oh, but get the fuck out of here, man! What you doing? He just came in here to make fucking horse noises and shit. Oh, leave. Thank you.
Don't put him
Um,
out.
he was fine in here before he started making these little breathing noises, whatever the hell he doing. Anyway, I moved to North Carolina first to live with my sister, and I worked at Red Lobster while I was there. I left, and when I got there, people like they fuck with me mostly because I'm a hard worker and I make everybody's job around me easy. I'm good at serving. I am good at multitasking in an environment where there are a lot of little micro tasks to do. I'm real good with that. And so people like me because I made their job easier. When Eddie was there, everything was okay.
Yeah.
And so after a year, I moved back down here. My brother moved up there. And my brother worked there for about 2 weeks before he told him that he was my brother. He said, Eddie, what? He called me and said, Eddie, what the fuck you do to these people? He was like, as soon as I told him I was Eddie brother, they inviting me to the club. They giving me free food out the kitchen. I'm getting the shifts and off days I want. They was like, what? Eddie, like, and he always say that, you know what I'm saying? He always tell me, man, everybody love Eddie, man. Everybody love Eddie, just for whatever. And
Yeah, I've never met anybody that had an issue with you. Like, I don't even know that that's like. I feel like at this point, if I met somebody that had an issue with you, I know it's them. Like, if bitch is you, You the only motherfucker in the whole world that's got a problem with him. It's you. Automatically, off top, it's you. It ain't him. It's you. Are you the only person on the planet? Like, no. No. It's you. You need to check yourself. Figure out what you got going on.
Yeah, it's
meeting JD, I don't even remember when I first met JD. I think I don't know. I don't even remember when I first met him.
I can't even remember.
Y'all are so different.
My brother, so listen, but we got that same thing though. We got that same
people like him.
energy. Yeah. It's just
I could see that.
Different. We got it in different contexts.
Yeah.
Like JD is fucking funny. JD is funny. Yeah. Like off the cuff funny. Like and I don't know where he got so knowledgeable about so much shit, but like he got stories and he back them up with facts and data. So we similar in that regard. He just funnier than me, man. I can be funny, you know what I'm saying, but not on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a good storyteller. I'm not a storyteller.
Yeah.
You know, like he is.
Yeah.
But I just can't even put my hand on a moment when y'all was together somewhere.
I don't know. I think the only time I've interacted with him has been at your different apartments. Like I met him maybe when you were still living in Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at your apartment in Hoover when I think I came over to do the show. And
yeah.
So I've met him a few times over the years. But
I remember that because he was supposed to be on the show that day.
Yeah.
And when we got there, he was on the couch with a big girl.
He was. And so that didn't happen.
Like, yeah, he ain't gonna join.
And it was so random because I was expecting he was gonna be on the show, and so I'm thinking, oh, okay. And then I walk in, and he like booed up on the couch with this girl. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. But yeah, it's been over 10 years at this point that I think that we've known each other. Like I said,
when did we go to Joe's Crab Shack?
That was for one of my birthdays.
That was right after I found out I was allergic. So we went to Joe's Crab Shack and I had to eat fucking chicken tenders.
Did I know you were allergic at the time?
No, because I didn't know I was allergic at the time. Hell. Okay. I was just like discovering it. So that was like right when I had turned 30. So that was about 6 years ago.
So that would have been it was for my 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Actually, it was because AC Blow came with his crazy ass girlfriend at the time.
Did you ever tell AC Blow about that girl with my interaction with her?
I did. And he was like, what? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So AC Blow came with a girl.
He did.
And you know, I came by myself and we just had a good time. Yeah. I think Jason was there this time.
Jason came. Stacy was there.
Stacy was there.
AC Blow, his girlfriend. I think that was it. And then me and you. I think that was it. I don't think anybody else.
And so I'm on Plenty of Fish, and somebody sent me a message and say, "Hey, I know you," and I'm like, "You do not look familiar. Who are you?" Because I don't look at other dudes' girls like that. Like I just when it's a dude with a girl, I don't do nothing. I don't be fucking. I be friendly, but I don't be witty or joking or making no eye contact or none of that shit. They just don't do that shit. Yeah. And so I wasn't paying no attention to her. And she sent a message and I was like, "Who are you?" And she was like, "You were at the dinner." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she started going hard in like the in terms of trying to like, I guess, get me on her team. And I was like, "Hold on, what? This don't feel natural."
Yeah, it wasn't.
But then either way, what'd you say?
I think at that point she was still mad at him because I don't know how long it had been at that point since they had broken up. I don't even remember, but I think that was that was weird. Though. That whole thing was weird.
It got kooky though, man. I had these allergies, and she started saying that allergies, you can heal your allergies through natural means. You need herbs and berries and yoga. And I'm like, does she even believe in medicine? Ain't she a nurse?
She was a nurse. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was
And
a
it's
nurse.
so I just feel like she's somewhere with Dr. CB products in her damn kitchen and bathroom telling people why coronavirus ain't as real and as deadly as possible and that she ain't gonna take no vaccine when it come out. Like,
Probably so. I forgot she did that. Yeah,
yeah,
she's gonna kill you. You gonna be dead.
she's gonna kill me. She's gonna have to do it through something delicious, goddamn. You're gonna have to kill me through a steak. You gotta poison me. Because if you try to do something physical, you gotta
Well,
come
I'm
with.
saying by telling you, hey, if you do these things, you can eat all the shellfish you want. Then you
Oh
eat the
hell
shellfish and
no.
like
Yeah,
shit just
no.
swell up and you die.
We ain't finna do that. We weren't finna play that game.
That whole thing was so awkward, even at my birthday dinner, because me and AC Blow had dated, and for whatever reason in his mind, he was like, I'm gonna be completely 100% honest with her, and I'm gonna tell her right before we fucking come to your birthday dinner. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Because now she gonna be looking at me with the side eye because you didn't tell her this shit. It was unnecessary. It was years ago. Why would you even mention that? She didn't ask you that. He was like, I don't know. I just thought, be honest. But it's not being honest. Nobody fucking asked you. Now you made shit weird. And it was a little bit awkward. So I'm going out of my way, being even more like, if y'all have heard me and Cole go back and forth on the show, that's how it is with me and AC. And so I'm going hard, like showing like it's a camaraderie. We're just friends, like we're buds, like because you didn't make this shit awkward now. Because you want to be honest. Nigga, nobody asked you for that. She didn't ask you that. You could have just brought her. She would have thought I was just a friend, which I am at this point, and it's been fine. But you running your mouth. Shut up. Stop talking.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's unnecessary. Now she's looking at me funny. Um, but yeah, that was for my 30th birthday. Um, I don't know. I can't think of anything else that
Any more notable moments?
when I moved here, I mean, this wasn't it had anything to do with you, but you remember we turned the wrong way with the truck and my U-Haul got
That
stuck.
shit got stuck outside of Backyard Burger.
Backyard burgers and the police had to come. We had to call a tow truck to get it. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I left by the time that shit was going on. I had to get the fuck out of there, man.
It was bad. Oh yeah, you weren't there when that happened.
Mm-mm. I was there
Yeah.
when it happened, but I wasn't there to follow up with how
Oh yeah,
y'all got out of the situation.
it did take a while to resolve. And we were blocking traffic. It was just a whole fucking thing. That was
Why?
my.
Why
Huh?
did you never come to my bar at Red Lobster? Why was that never something you did? Did you ever come to my bar at Red Lobster?
I don't think so. Uh,
Hmm.
no, I don't think I did. I don't know. Bars ain't my thing, probably. Plus, like you kept, I think you kept saying like, "Oh, you can come hang out," but it's you at work. It's so
Well,
like,
look, if you knew what work was really for me, you would have came. It was just me standing up there by myself, writing poetry, checking Facebook, making smoothies and shit, trying different fucking flavor, non-alcoholic shit.
oh
That's
yeah,
all my job was. That's
yeah.
all my job was.
But
But
yeah, I don't think I ever did. I didn't come up to the bar. Mm-mm. I don't think I ever did. Um, but yeah, I mean, this will be so. Again, this isn't the first time we've like lived apart. This is the furthest
oh
for
yeah,
sure. But it's
and
not the
we'll
first.
still be. And clearly, we still gonna do the podcast. So this ain't no goodbye shit or nothing.
Nah,
You
it's
know,
not.
we been doing the podcast Skype since COVID started.
Yeah. So I
Um,
mean, they won't nothing as far as the podcast will change, and we talk pretty regularly. Especially if I
yeah.
have. So on point is my Jiminy Cricket because I can't tell sometimes if I'm overreacting to things or if I'm not reacting enough. Because my fuck meter is so low sometimes when it comes to things.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to call him and get his opinion to see where am I being reasonable or am I being read? Like I I don't know sometimes. Sometimes I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. I'm being read on purpose because bitches need that. So on those occasions, I don't call him. But if I feel like I might be being a little bit dramatic about a situation, I'll call him that.
Yeah.
Or if I'm a born pessimist. And so sometimes I'm like really pessimistic about a situation. And I don't think it's that you're an optimist. I think you're just more realistic than me. And so sometimes when I'm like gloom and doom, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
need to.
I think that's the variable. Like you are 90% rational and logic based. There is a 10% version of you based off your trauma that is
Yeah.
going to make you respond a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first time I was Red has given me hints to her trauma, and based on what it was, really had to explain to me what the fuck the big deal was. So me taking my shoes off and having my socks on the carpet and rubbing my socks on the carpet,
Nigga.
she just it triggered her because she just pointed at my foot and said, I'm like, what the hell you what? What? Like, is it a roach? You know what I'm saying? She was like, you rubbing your feet. I was like, okay, you gonna have to explain this one to me because I don't know what the fuck that's about. You know.
Yeah. And so that it doesn't sound crazy. The reason I hate that is my dad would do that when he would drink. Like one of the things that he would do that and he would grind his teeth. Oh my god! And to this day, I cannot. You want to get me upset? Do that. He would do that shit all the time. Like, oh my god, I couldn't stand it. And it's so funny how like little shit can be triggering to people and you don't know. That's just how trauma works, though. There was no way nobody else in the world would give a fuck about that. So, I'm sure you were
Nobody.
like, what the fuck? Um,
But like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like Red. Red is the example of somebody who got shit together.
yeah,
But you see those little effects that trauma have on you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And how they show up in your real life. And it ain't like the way they show up or like is super problematic. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But sometimes like if I happen to not be somebody who is agreeable and easy to deal with, you know, it can go south for a dude who don't have good intentions when when he rubbing his feet and respond like that. You know what I'm saying? It can
yeah,
turn into some shit. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And that's how them little trauma moments show up,
yeah.
um, or whatever.
But
But
yeah,
that's I mean,
it's gonna be weird. Like on point is like the food capital for us. So like when we gonna all get together and some food shit is gonna be involved, is usually at his house because he's the king of deliciousness. So like that's gonna be weird to not have that. My goal is for us to still hang out. I feel like it's gonna be so much less after you leave though. Like I
um,
think we're gonna if with COVID we just gotta
Leroy
figure out
Ketchum would be the one to take up the mantle on deliciousness.
he would.
He
Yeah.
would be the one to take up the mantle on deliciousness. So if he do that, then y'all good.
But
Your
it'll have to
house,
be after COVID because he got a baby. Can't be
yeah.
giving this baby COVID.
And I
So
appreciate him for showing up when he have, and
oh yeah,
Kim for being okay with that. Because um, it's just risky coming out, man.
it is. That's why we have got to figure out a virtual way for us all to hang out. Like I think watching that movie virtually,
We
like we got to
definitely need to
figure out.
watch Black Dynamite.
Yeah, because listen,
We watching
we
Black
talked about that shit
Dynamite.
on the show, and I got roasted. I haven't seen it
Black
in our
Dynamite
friend group. They
is
roasted me about
an
it.
amazing experience. Oh,
So we'll
believe.
have to do that. But as far as the show is concerned, y'all are gonna really notice the difference. Because it's gonna kind of be the same as it's been. So this is just I think this is more just nostalgia for us that y'all are just having to listen to. More so than You know, because nothing's really changing as far as the show is concerned. Uh, we're gonna pretty much do the show the same. So this
Yeah.
is for nostalgia purposes.
Um.
It's been a long time. I literally, it's been, yeah, 10, at least 10 years, 10 plus years.
Yeah. When do we move into
I
graduating in 2007?
oh 07 or 08. 08 at the latest, because by 08 I had Kingston. Um, so
Well, I'm saying I graduated from AUM in '07. We
I
graduated
did,
from AUM in '07, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh
So
yeah, it could have
that'd be
been,
about 2005 or six.
yeah, yeah.
Hell,
It's been a long time.
yeah, it have been. And this was just a conversation. This was mostly, yeah, like Red said, a nostalgic conversation between us about like how we got here. Um, and you know, on the show, on the show that you probably didn't listen to, I did identify you as my best friend. And I told you that, I think, right?
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I never really, the only person I ever identified as a best friend is Tommy. I really don't like them kind of quantifiers. Like, everybody is a role player in my life. It's the best shit that you at, and it's some best shit that other people at. You know what I'm saying? Like, best is such a fucking stigmatizing term for the people in your life. Um, but under the way that question was framed, I was like, shit, I guess it gotta be Red. Red meet all criteria for a best friend. Fucking dependable, accessible,
Yeah.
knowledgeable, logical, I
Mostly.
trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. That's
Yeah.
all, you know,
Yeah.
that's all, it all fits.
Yeah. Same. I think I would say you were my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like I said, over the last few years, the anytime something happens, like you one of the first people I call. And like, nigga, listen, let me tell you what happened. Nigga, listen to what this bitch said to me today. Like,
And you know, you've been the same for me, even though in much lower quantities.
yes.
Cause shit don't really.
Yeah.
I brush off shit so much.
You
Like,
don't give a fuck about, listen, I really wish that y'all could have been, like, he could have recorded his response to his fucking car blowing up. If that is not the best example of like how many fucks you don't give about shit, I would have been calling like, "Oh my god, my car!" Like I would have been. It would have been a whole dramatic thing. And I again, yeah, I would say 90% of the time I'm pretty rational, but like that kind of shit, I'm gonna freak out because that's a freak out moment. This nigga was talking about it like he had to get an oil change in his car, or like it was something that every day had. Like your car doesn't blow up every day. You don't have a car fire where the fucking a fire department has to respond every day. But his tone was just like, yeah, my car blew up. He wasn't upset. He was like, it's just, yeah, I wish y'all could have like heard it.
being unbothered is a gift and a curse.
One of the, if unbothered was a person, it would be you. You are the embodiment of unbothered. I'm unbothered by some things. You're unbothered by most things.
And some shit bothers me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but the list is low.
most
It's small,
things.
very short and small.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. But the show will continue on. Well, you know.
Sure, continue. And look, if you are hearing my words right now, um, whether you've written into the show, never written into the show, it'd be nice to hear some words to see me off on the next part of my journey, if you feel
Yeah.
like it. Um, it's
Go.
just it's just something that feels different about being on a show and getting responses from random people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that that's it's some value in that to me. You
Mhm.
know, like
And it's unexpected because again, these are
yeah,
conversations that we would literally be having anyway.
yeah. It's Oh, I was gonna say it's a dude that sent us an email long ago that we were supposed to get some shit for, and we never did. His name began with a J. I can't remember his name. I'll go back and find the email.
Oh,
But man, I got caught up in moving and so much stuff happened, and I never got to send him nothing. If you listening still, send us a new email because my
yeah,
national inclination is to send you some shit to the address you gave me. But it was so long ago, you might live somewhere different now.
yeah.
So I'm gonna find the email and email you. But if you're listening now, send me something, and I will reward you handsomely for my negligence.
Oh Jesus.
but um, like I said, the show ain't going nowhere. But this is a whole new journey for me. And let me tell you something. I'm not the kind of person that make this kind of decision. This is
Yeah,
a very, very big decision. These are the kind of things that I inch over to uh, on a long term. But this is a big ass move in which I am leaving, not leaving the radio station that I'm on, but I'm limiting how much more value I can get out of being on that show.
yeah,
I am leaving my business behind, and at some point, we're going to dissolve that business. I'm leaving behind a mentoring program that was paying me pretty good to work with kids, which is, has been a great experience for me. I'm
mm,
leaving behind a whole bunch of connections, and I'm ready to do it. And I'm not a religious person so much, but I am a spiritual person, I'll say. And I've been looking for signs in my environment that is telling me that this is the right move to make. And it's literally been sign after sign after sign that I think is telling me that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And I
yeah,
don't know if I'm supposed to be leaving where I'm at or just going to where I'm going.
yeah,
But I feel like everything that has happened up to this point is has reinforced the idea that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
yeah,
And so I'm ready for it. Fuck it. I got a lot of plans because a lot of my energy has been going into maintaining my business, talking to therapists, talking to social workers, doing a whole bunch of shit
yeah,
that has taken energy away from some other things I could be doing. And I'm ready to kind of be free of that and
yeah,
just able to be solo. You know, I'm ready for that.
yeah. All right.
So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all for listening. Do you have anything else on your mind, ma'am?
No,
All right. Well, until we come to the next conversation,
we out.
holla.